production.
Okay, now for some things to help you stick to your budget and spend less on your hike. If you don't drink or smoke, that will save you a lot of money because spending money on beer can add up pretty quick. Vermont to Maine, in towns I would go out with friends and get burgers and beers, and there was some towns I would spend 90 bucks as opposed to down south where I was spending 20 bucks to resupply and get out. I think that the normal down south was around like $22, $25 instead of 70. So if you spend, that's a big difference. And same thing for the burgers, can add up a lot. If you go to a McDonald's or if you go to a grocery store, there's things you can do there. One time we had a picnic. We all bought something from the grocery store. I got a rotisserie chicken, someone got a salad, some fruit salad, those kind of things, and we just had 5 or 6 hikers go out to the park and we ate that way, and each person spent $5, $6, and we had way more food than we ate. So there's other things you can do like that, or you can buy a meal that you cook in a microwave, and if you're at a hostel, go to the hostel and cook it there rather than go out to eat. The biggest thing though is in and out of towns. That's the best way to save money, because when you're on the trail you can't spend money. And get used to eating Pop-Tarts and ramen noodles. I enjoyed both on the hike. Pop-Tarts have a lot of calories and ramen noodles to me were good. And if you don't enjoy those, it can be more expensive because that's pretty much the cheapest thing you can get. When you go to a hostel, don't be embarrassed to ask for work for stay. You can save a lot of money by working for them. Just actually work for what it's worth. Don't just half-heartedly do a little bit of something and then just get free stuff. Make sure you actually give back to them because they're doing you a favor. One of the policies that I had, never pay for a ride. I paid $3 for a shuttle to a grocery store that was like a mile, maybe a mile and a half, and then another $3 to get back. And then the next day I went out there and I hadn't tried hitchhiking yet. But then I tried it, the first car stopped, and then after that I said I'm not going to pay for a ride again, and because of hitchhiking I would never call a shuttle. I would wait if I needed to, and the rest of the time I never had to pay for a ride. There was always someone that was willing to pick me up, and sometimes I had to wait 40 minutes. I think that was about the longest, was about 40 minutes, but there were people who had to wait a little bit longer. But if you have to pay $15, $20 for a shuttle in, let's say, half the towns, that's quite a bit of money that adds up as well. Another way to save money is just to put in more miles. And people said that I was hiking fast when I would catch up to people that had started like a month before me, but I wasn't doing that many miles a day. I was just not taking 0 days, and when I would go into town I would come out that same day. So I would go in and come out and do an 8 to 10 mile day, and they would end up going 2 miles in, staying, maybe zeroing. And so I was catching up to people by just being at a steady pace, and doing that makes your hike shorter, which could be a bad thing, but it also has less days you're buying food for, so that's another way to save money. Staying clear of joining up with big groups. There's different parts where I would pass a group of 5 to 15 people. There was some big groups out there, and when you're with a group like that and one person says let's go to this diner, it's a mile away from this road crossing we're passing, and they get burgers and beers and pizza and all that, and if you're by yourself it's a lot easier to get the thought out of your head, but if someone keeps saying it to you, you're gonna end up going. So the people you surround yourself with also determines how much money you're gonna spend. Those people out there that were up at like $6,000, $7,000 because of the group they were with. And if one of the people wants to take a day off, it's very easy for the other people to. At the end, I was hiking with 2 people, and there was a couple times we ended up taking zeros we didn't plan on just because one person said, hey, you want a zero here? And then everyone else was kind of like, okay, let's just take a day off. check the hiker boxes. There was quite a few good things that I found in hiker boxes. I found some Crocs there. I found I think it was Monson, right before the 100-mile wilderness. Everyone says send boxes there, send boxes there. Everything's expensive, but I found it was easy to resupply there. Plus, everyone had sent boxes there, so they had all this extra food that they didn't need. And I got, I think, 15 Cliff Bars in the hiker box, and I got some beef jerky and some tuna and a couple other things completely free. So that was like $30 worth of stuff saved just by looking in the hiker box. Splitting laundry, all the places have laundry for usually $5, and you can fit 4 people's clothes, since most people only have a sleeping outfit for sleeping and an outfit for hiking. So if you put 4 people's clothes in there, it's still not a full load and saves you a lot of money. And one of the things that I would say not to do is, everyone says if you want to save money, send yourself boxes. And I don't agree with that, because on the Appalachian Trail, at least now, there's so many grocery stores and Walmarts and Dollar Generals and things like that, where you can go in and resupply for $25, $30 if you want some nicer things, or some beef jerky or something that's more expensive. But people who send their boxes, you usually have a flat rate box, which is like $19 in addition to the food you bought in bulk. So by the time you get it, you're probably about even. But if you get to the place where it's mailed, and say you get there on a Sunday and the post office is closed, you have to stay somewhere that night, and that will probably turn into a hotel, which can be $40 or something more than that. And that if you do that twice, you're already way above just buying in each town. So it's not exactly convenient because of this trail. I don't know about other trails, maybe the CDT or the PCT, you have to do boxes because there aren't grocery stores in some of the towns. I've heard that. I haven't hiked them, so I don't know. But I found it very easy to resupply. There was only a few places, like the NOC. It was pretty expensive there. But you could hitch, I think he said it was like 2 miles down the road, and there was a reasonable grocery store. So in a place like that, you could go do that and save money. I think that's everything. If you have any questions on this sheet or the money or anything like that, just write a comment down below and I'll get back to you on that. I hope this was helpful to some of you. It's kind of long, but I hope that you can get something out of it, and have fun on your thru hike. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button if it was helpful, and subscribe for more.